You know when you wake up sometimes, you wake up in a good mood, thinking I'm gonna do this today. Wake up, hit the gym and all that. You pick up your phone, you start, you respond to some messages and all that. You open up social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever you use, and you see a certain somebody that could either be an influencer or even an entrepreneur, and they normally would be flexing, their expensive cars and all that. And a lot of those people say the same shit. Day trading, drop shipping, all that. And all these figures that we see online are just social media figures. But why is it that we always look at them as a comparison, as like a benchmark of where we should be or where we should start, basically, in a way? We put so much effort and emphasis on how other people are living their life that sometimes we forget that our own lives are independent. They're not related to these people in any way. And I feel like comparison is 99% for everybody. Everybody from a young age gets compared. That could either be to your mom's friends, auntie's kid, Raju, Timmy, Albert, who has a 99% average, A plus in everything. That could even be an entrepreneur who's like 21 years old, rich, has an amazing car, amazing house, amazing watches, a good bank account. But there's always something you can compare your life to: money, status, strength, or even power. In summary, you get the idea of what comparison is. But why should we have to compare ourselves to someone else? It doesn't really matter because that someone you're comparing yourself to is irrelevant to your life. They don't play any big figures in your life. They don't play any type of important individual or even personality in your life. It's irrelevant to care about what they have. And the only thing that's really relevant is who you are today, who you were yesterday, and who you can be tomorrow. That's the only thing that really matters. But we can always compare ourselves to somebody else. It's very easy to compare yourself to X, Y, and Z. And I feel like comparison happens in almost every endeavor as well. For me, when I was 18, I was comparing myself to the 17-year-old I saw on TikTok who had 50,000 per month. And I was 18 and he's a year younger than me, but he's so successful. Why don't I have that money? That was my thought. My thought process was, why don't I have that same X amount of money that he has? I should have it, right? Like, if he has it, I should be able to have it. That's what my comparison was. I started working towards that. Very slow, very little. And I gave up soon because I put a benchmark for myself, which really didn't matter. Same when going to the gym. I work out with my friends. Some of those friends are more stronger than me, have a better physique than me, but they always started a bit after myself. And there's always a reason for why somebody is doing better than you. Sometimes it could just be luck. That's always a chance too. But those people I'm comparing myself to started earlier, already got a lot of help. Those friends I compare myself to that started a year after me or just last year all share a same type of idea of proper diet and good structure. I didn't have that. I just ate whatever the fuck I wanted, just worked out however I wanted. But slowly, as you start growing into yourself, you start just being happy with who you are and where you are in life. You start to notice that the progress that you make every day, even if it's little by little, is just something you can just build up upon. Like for me, when I started working out properly at the gym, lifting heavy, control strong, even eating properly, I started noticing my strength increasing. And It was very simple. It was a very simple formula, but I thought it was so much harder because I didn't have it because somebody else had it before me, even though they started after me. Now, for the average person, comparison is always done with somebody who starts early, as I mentioned before, someone who's not as experienced, or somebody who's just straight up lucky. Now, comparison never vanishes from anybody's life. That's the truth. That's the hardest pill to swallow. That there's always going to be somebody who's going to be ahead of you in some aspect of life. And you're always going to start comparing yourself to that individual no matter what happens. It's very common. It's very, very hard to stop comparison immediately. But the one thing I've realized as I've matured and spent more time just with myself is that in reality, you just gotta accept it. Like you gotta accept that you're behind sometimes. You just gotta accept that somebody started earlier. It's true. Somebody started smarter. Somebody. It's always there's always a reason. But another thing that you can also realize is that no matter where you are in life, no matter where you're starting, no matter any of that, you can still start. It's never too late to start. You can start at 8 years old, 80, 99, even for your deathbed, you can still start. It's always possible to start. It's not a race that you have to reach that certain level by next week. It's always a marathon. As I've said in the past, a marathon is what everything in life is. You want to build a good body, it's a marathon. You gotta go slowly, you gotta improve. You want to get rich, you gotta start early, you gotta start improving, building very young. Now, a common thing is most people when they start working to a bit towards a business, entrepreneur, and all that, they drift off track sometimes. They start going straight and then just drift off. Common reason why I've seen with people, peers, and family is that comparison is what starts it, and comparison is what ends it. Because their whole journey was based off this person, and they're right here, and they're trying to reach that person as fast as possible. But whenever they try getting there, they keep falling back down because that's their benchmark is somebody else. When your benchmark should in reality just be yourself. And as I said in the start, your benchmark can be yesterday, today, or tomorrow. But it's always just gotta be you. Because when it's just you, you can see if comparison with yourself is improving you or you're just falling down and you could think about, okay, I was doing good, I was going up, and I fell down. What happened? What did I start doing? And it helps because you can figure out what is slowing you down. And even if even if it's not easy, it's not simple as people talk, it's always better to do something for yourself than rather doing something for somebody else. That's the truth. It really doesn't matter. It's as simple as possible. Working on your own journey and working at your own pace is much, much better and much, much healthier than working faster to reach somebody else. And if your whole goal is, in summary, to be that person, to be that benchmark that you set for yourself who is somebody else that really doesn't matter. It's just somebody you see on the internet and you think that this is what a good life is. This is what I want to have. This is they I want it and they have it. So it's my benchmark. There's no point in that. And you gotta stay hydrated, you feel me? And in reality, you won't get there if your whole point is reaching this benchmark. Once you get there, there's a 90% chance you're gonna be hollow or you're not gonna be satisfied with how you got there. So what does that mean? In summary, what that means is don't worry about what someone else has. Just worry about yourself. Put your head down. Start working. Start writing on those steps, those everyday steps. Start working. Keep your head down. Stay quiet. Even if you get looked at like a weirdo, even if people start judging you, it's just keep quiet. It doesn't really matter. You're not proving to anybody else why you're better or why you're doing this or what you're gonna achieve. You're trying to prove to yourself, right? Comparison only matters when it's yourself. If you compare somebody else, it's basically stupid and useless. It doesn't really matter. But what can I say? I'm just somebody here who's trying to make something work, you know? Spend some time with yourself, figure out is what you're working towards something that you want or something that you saw somebody else have, and now you want to have it because they have it and they show such an easy way. Like some people see day trading on Instagram, those day traders that just got like those 10 supercars, big ass house in Miami. But one thing's always common. They're always selling a course. Like it's that's common. Those people aren't really gonna make you reach where you wanna be. They're just gonna sell you a course, they're gonna stay rich, you're just gonna be chasing their benchmark and that's it. You just gotta focus on yourself, man. Like end of the day, comparison always is gonna be there. There's no point. Comparison, the more you compare yourself to others, the more you want to reach somebody else's standard because you believe that they are the benchmark, the more harder it's gonna get. So don't let comparison steal your joy, your progress, or your desires. Focus on yourself. If you want to compare to anybody, compare with yourself. Compare what you did. Did it help you? And are you, what's that word? Progressing. If you're progressing forward, then you did good. If you're not, figure out what happened, see how you can fix it. That's it. And don't focus on what other people got. Some motherfuckers got more than you, and that's cool, bro. It's chill. Just don't worry about what other people got. Focus on if you want to care about what other people have. Focus on how you can get there. That's it. Even if it's something the person you're comparing yourself to has, even if that's just like, okay, I want a sports car, but that motherfucker got like a $5 million car. You have something that you want, and now you just compare yourself. There's no point, gang. Like, just work towards that one goal. It's that simple. That was enough today. But yeah, man, just don't let comparisons steal your joy. It's gotta be happy. Just gotta compare. Just gotta live life, man. It's just that simple. Don't compare yourself. Be happy where you are, and if you're not happy where you are, start working towards a better life by comparing who you were yesterday with who you are today, and then who you can be tomorrow. It's that simple. I'm gonna see you guys next week. I'll take care now.